Boom! What is up? Welcome back, guys. Dude, what's up? That dog's straight. Dragon Slayer, Michael Montgomery, what is up, everybody?
We're back from the brink of civilization.
The brink.
We have power again. Woohoo! We're
Yeah.
so happy.
Away with you, hurricane ass. Away with you.
We needed a full
Swamp
day.
ass has a full evolution. Okay?
It's like the next evolution form. It's hurricane ass.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's when it's not just the regular look. If y'all are from the South, or even if you're not, and maybe you're just a little bigger than the average Joe, you know what swamp ass is. All right? Now, its big brother is hurricane ass, and it's just no fun.
So, cleaning up around the yard.
Yes, cured. Huzzah! Yeah, we went, what was it, 9 days? Day 9.
9 days.
We got power back. Woo.
Nine nights.
That was the doozy.
Yeah.
I needed a full day recovery.
Whoo, buddy.
A full day recovery.
Yeah, but we know a lot more now.
So much more now.
Survival-wise, attitude-wise, how many days before you will start to see violence?
You know what's the worst? Thinking that like, oh yeah, I got this in a scenario, and then the scenario pops up and you're like, not only do I not have it, I'm ill prepared.
We did all right.
We did okay, but I was thinking that it's like, yeah, we'll be like pharaohs when
I
the
am
lights
proud.
go out.
I am so proud of my crew. Between everyone's attitudes, it was. I mean, aside from the heat, it was a good time.
I was gonna say, his attitude was, you were awesome. Like, anything I needed, you were on top of. That was a huge blessing for me. Yeah.
Well,
Well, it was good because now, like, we get to come out of it with more knowledge and steps. Like, okay, we took notes along the way of like, these are the things that suck, and that we would like to suck less next time. And then we're gonna do a video about it too, because I mean, hey, why not?
I mean, really, it gave us so many ideas.
Really, and just the hang-ups, because it's like, yeah, well, if you know things are down for good, you can do this, this, and this, but the clinging to hope that things are going to be back to normal, really cuts into some valuable time. So anyway, just a whole thing that we can talk about.
I agree. Attitude is a really big part of the battle. What is up, Nick? What's up, Crazy L? Kelly, what is up? So good to see you. Man, I can't believe we're back, man. This is pretty cool. So this is like brand new news right here, if you don't mind talking about this real quick. Okay, so it's not that they're excluding you from society, but
They're forcing you to be excluded.
right. It's a false illusion of choice.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So they put it out there like it, but like it's like, Anyway, I'm getting too far into it already.
No.
This is brand new. Sweeping new vaccine mandates for 100 million Americans. President Joe Biden on Thursday is announcing sweeping new federal vaccine requirements affecting as many as 100 million Americans in an all-out effort to increase COVID-19 vaccinations and curb the surging Delta variant that is killing thousands each week and jeopardizing the nation's economic recovery.
You know what's hurting the economic recovery? Hurricanes have to spend $100 a day on fuel that you can't get.
No joke. The expansive rules mandate that all employers with more than 100 workers require them to be vaccinated or test for the virus weekly, affecting about 80 million Americans, and the roughly 17 million workers at health facilities that receive federal Medicare or Medicaid also will have to be fully jabbed.
Never ever have I missed little bitty ma and pa stores more than right now.
And
Remember 50
what do you
years
think
ago?
people like Amazon and Walmart have been doing?
Well, see, here I was thinking the end game was just money, Oh, you get ma and pa's out of the way, and then you can charge up your prices high as you want. But really, it's like, no, you get ma and pa's out of the way, and you're left with big franchises, and everybody's had to go work at big franchises, and then the big franchise gets to, yeah, you can have your policies and everything like that. We've got our own mini government in this company,
Right. Well, I'm going to go on to read this, but I have something else to show right after. Biden was to announce the new requirements in a Thursday afternoon address from the White House as part of a new action plan to address the latest in the Crown Vicky case or cases, and that stagnating pace of the CV shots that has raised doubts among the public over his handling of the pandemic, which has been abysmal in everything that they touch.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just 2 months ago, Biden prematurely declared the nation's independence from the virus. Now, despite more than 208 million Americans having at least one dose of the roll-up-your-sleever, which I don't even know if I trust any numbers, to be honest. But just wait, because people are like, there's two sides. There's three sides. There's like people in between.
Right.
There's people who straight up don't trust media and is basically a PR marketing arm for the state. And then there's the people who are like, I don't see why anyone wouldn't trust the news.
Right. Or there's the people that are just stuck in their echo chamber that social media has created for them, you know, where it's like, okay, this is the opinion that I agree with, and I've tried, I just can't find any other opinions. You know, and so you do get situations where, I don't know, if you're thinking in the sense of I don't know, just, you know, like I would encourage people to try to view opposing news sources just to see maybe where the middle of the line is.
I'd like to know, because everywhere that I go, I see F. Joe,
right?
Exactly, some O2SS. Same thing you said, American Be Savage. 0 doses, never sleevers. Okay, that's what I see everywhere.
Right.
So I don't know. Look, real quick. I'm gonna jump the gun. We're gonna go to an Instagram page because it just swells my heart. I just want to look. This is like the spirit.
This is New Jersey.
No.
Different round here.
I don't know if I can play copyrighted music, but this is his presidential motorcade coming through some small town.
Can I join?
Everyone's flipping him off.
Yeah, the linemen here. So look, we have hundreds of thousands. This was like whatever day he came into Laplace. They made the linemen stop working at 9 a.m. because you couldn't fly in the area, you couldn't drive in the area. Everything was shut down so that this dude could be driven around. And the linemen were all, like one of the linemen took a video, was like, this is what we think. And as soon as he drove by, all the linemen on the road turned their backs. They were recording, but they turned their backs to him. And then you've got this, I've seen it in New Jersey, people heckling him, telling him to get the hell out of here. I was talking to my family.
If you don't want to go in, you don't have to.
What if they do?
Stuff like
I'm not going to force anybody. I'm not putting masks on anybody. That's not my job. The order.
So they can go in without the mask.
This is a county health department order.
Okay.
And a policy of the school.
Right.
That if anybody that's going to go in, they got to have a mask on.
There is no policy.
I'm not arguing.
Okay, so they can go in, guys. They can go in. They can go in. Go on in, guys. Go in. Well, they can't enforce it.
The most popular president to get the finger. Eddie, what's up?
You guys, they can't touch you. Just go ahead and go in.
You can't touch us. Go in.
They cannot touch you.
Go in. They can't touch us. They actually blocked it. I know.
They can't touch you guys.
It's a mandate.
No pushing.
You gotta love it when the group of people go to the police and the police are like, yeah, well, you can kind of do what you want. And then it's like, oh, back to me being the only thing blocking you. Okay, well, no. Still no.
They cannot touch you, you guys.
And,
They cannot touch you. Be orderly. Be kind. Be kind and respectful. Be kind and respectful. Be kind and show respect.
Anyway, So we go back to this, okay? So U.S. is seeing about 300% more new infections, supposedly. Okay, I'm not a medical person or anything, so you know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that the numbers have always been inflated. That's just my personal opinion, okay? Because I don't trust the media.
Yeah.
So I try to be as open as possible. I'm listening, you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean I'm believing. You know what I mean?
I love. Oh, that's all right. Don't worry about it.
So look.
No, guns, games, and gadgets. It is not looking good.
Biden in December 2020.
What's up, Savage?
I don't think that the vaccination should be mandatory. This is him.
Be mandatory.
No, I don't think it should be mandatory. I wouldn't demand to be mandatory, but I would do everything in my power. Just like I don't think masks have to be made mandatory nationwide. I'll do everything in my power as the President of the United States to encourage people to do the right thing, and when they do it, demonstrate that it matters.
Have you ever seen someone with dementia? No, I'm just kidding. That's how it works. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not speculating.
So what is it? What is it?
You know what is
Which
interesting though? So next year will be a voting year again with the midterms, and if you think about it, okay, so like George W. Bush is actually a really good speaker, very intelligent, but for some reason when he was a president, he couldn't talk, he couldn't get a speech out without sounding like an idiot. Look, just like me right now.
No, man.
Hold on, listen, hear me out.
Play the fool.
Yeah, okay. And then the next president was all of a sudden very good at speaking. In fact, he was so good at speaking, he was schmoozing entertainment and everybody else. Everybody just loved to hear him talk, right? So now we've got Biden, who actually is very intelligent. I don't believe for 1 second has half
That's
the
what they want you to
that
think.
he's
That's what you're right.
to
You're
have.
right. They want you to think that he's a dumbass,
I was
and
gonna
so
say-
they can just push all this BS through.
So anyway, the point is, usually when you see a weakness in a administration during the next voting cycle, you'll see an like they'll overcompensate for that weakness and get somebody better. So the weakness we're seeing is weak, and I mean that's kind of the biggest, and can't remember, dumb, whatever.
Short fuse. That's so right. Liars lying about lying. You know, he's just playing the fool, the
Right.
dumbass, just like Bush played the dumbass.
Right. So I'm just
Once
saying,
things started getting real crazy and bad.
if you go to the next cycle, like if he's weak, right, and if you look at him as weak, well, the next cycle we're gonna overcompensate and have somebody that's very strong, and that's. Just be careful.
You hear
is all
people.
I'm saying.
Seriously though, it's like just wait till the Arizona ballots come back.
I know. That also worries me in the sense, just the like, oh man, we're so far down this path that that will like if that happens, that will be civil. It just
Maybe potentially, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because you
Not
got
saying
states like Oregon who are actually. I don't have anything to back this up. I didn't grab a link for it, but. Oregon is going to ban import and travel to or something like that
To Texas.
So they're not going to allow any Texans in Oregon, and they're not going to let anybody go to what? That's Civil War. Wait, let's listen to the
That's exactly what we did.
But you're saying the Taliban is businesslike and professional. Their interior minister has an FBI wanted poster. He's got a $10 million bounty on his head. What's the business?
We are here to celebrate the return of American citizens who wanted to leave Afghanistan, of legal permanent residents, of Afghans who fought by our side, to Qatar successfully on a Qatari Airlines flight. And in order to get those people out, that's exactly what we did.
But you're saying the Taliban is businesslike and professional. Their interior minister has an FBI wanted poster. He's got a $10 million bounty on his head. What's the business?
So I know it's a lot of jumping around. Okay. I know it's topic to topic to topic, but
interesting that she's specified.
all
that
we're
they had to
doing
go
is
to
going over the
Qatar.
things that the Biden administration have touched.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, this is really...
But interesting that she said that they had to go to Qatar when, because I've heard, now again, I don't have anything to back this up right now, but I've heard that that they were blocking flights, you know, and of course nobody's going to admit to that, but they couldn't get you know, obviously anything from Afghanistan can't go directly to the U.S. and I need to pull it up so that I know what I'm talking about.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Put a pin in that, guys. I'll get the article.
A lot of hearsay.
Oh yeah, so much. So anyway, just interesting.
Is this the one I thought was so...
Said from that podium that under no circumstance would President Biden ever fire Dr. Fauci. Is that still the case, since Fauci told Congress the NIH never funded gain-of-function research for coronaviruses in Wuhan, but documents published by The Intercept suggest that is not true, which would mean that he misled Congress?
Well, first, I would say that NIH has refuted that reporting, and I would point you to that. But let me give you some highlights of that. NIH has never approved any research that would make a coronavirus more dangerous to humans. I'm reminded that there are previous and different coronaviruses than the existing one we're battling. And the body of science produced by this research demonstrates that the bat coronavirus sequences published from that work...
That's hilarious, Bobby. Wendy's bacon chili brand. Oh, that's good. No, one of these were like ominous. There's these new 6 points being thrown out there about the vaccination. I guess that's what this is all about. They're all kind of rolling it all out.
Right.
So they're not going. Yeah. I mean, don't let me start pulling stuff up from Australia, man. It's hardcore in Australia. The tolerant left.
Guys, the monkey mask is making it really hard for her to breathe. That's the only reason she's agitated. Have some sympathy.
Fuck with me, boy.
Get that starving piece of shit out of here.
Whoa. This guy is hilarious. You know why California has been circling the toilet bowl? Exhibit A. Literally everything they've claimed to be fighting is actually the actions they perpetrate.
I would say, though, I think that the girl with the monkey mask was the only one actually wearing a mask.
Wait a second. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, a terrifying robbery was caught on camera. The video shows two men in broad daylight walking up and robbing several people dining along the sidewalk. The robbery happened Tuesday afternoon at a restaurant on Melvin's in Fairfax. LAPD detectives are investigating. This is like right by Melvin's. Melvin's.
They just had no idea that this was even a thing that could have happened to them.
Wow. Maskless Gavin Newsom walks out to Tupac. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, what has happened? Okay.
If you thought your McDonald's food quality was rough before, wait until the 14 and 15-year-olds start making it, y'all. That's just what I need. Look, do you remember the movie Waiting? Or what's that with Ryan Reynolds? And they do terrible things
waiters
to
or
the food.
You're right. Or servers.
This is exactly what I need is, okay, because I know
I
this
started
age
working
range.
At this age.
Yeah, not making food for people.
No,
I did too.
not making food.
I was working at a, Valley Vegetables. I was working at a ranch.
I started mowing lawns, and then I started cutting grass, and then I started working at a car wash.
No, nothing that anybody was gonna have to I was definitely not the last line of defense before people were ingesting the thing I was making. Oy. Yeah, nobody is working. And that's the other thing is, so they are so desperate for workers that they're lowering the age and saying 14 and 15-year-olds. And then when even that doesn't work, it'll go back to a Great Depression, because once people are ready to start working, like it's like, things are really tough, there's no more unemployment, we have to go back to work, there won't be any jobs to go back to work to.
I see now hiring signs literally everywhere I go. Sign-on bonus signs everywhere I go.
Which is an opposite of, in the Great Depression, you saw guys walking around with signs, 3 languages, I know 3 trades, I speak 3 languages, I have 3 children, I only want 1 job. And that's coming, just wait.
Hold up. So to that point, okay, all right, Amazon dangles free bachelor's degrees as new perk in fight for U.S. workers.
First day with new lips, apparently.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see real quick. Test. I think we sound okay. All right. Sorry. E-commerce giant will expand college education benefit as it battles to hire hourly workers in tight U.S. labor market.
Okay, so is that saying that Amazon is such a great place to work, they'll give you a free bachelor's degree?
Or is it saying that bachelor's degrees are useless?
Right. Bachelor's degrees are essentially useless now.
Essentially, not totally.
Not totally. But as we get into this, so I don't know. We'll see. And more people are catching on that, like, hey,
I believe this will all shake out between all this, but what's it going to look like?
Right. And then,
are we going to be closer to RoboCop? Terminator?
Right.
Are we going to be closer to Elysium? Minority Report?
But can I go down an avenue with you? Just a thought avenue, okay, guys?
Brooke, what's up?
I do feel like this will all shake out, but at the same time, like, they're going to give it everything they got, because right now you've got 2 groups of people. One group of people have realized, hey, the school systems, the state, like, so many people are trying to poison our kids' brains that they're realizing and taking their kids out in scores. I know we want to homeschool. We're gonna. Or now there's a group of people that are like, hey, you know what? I wanted to give my kid the freedom of choice, but it is important that I instill my values into them. Just so that they have a foundation. It's easier for people to know who they are when they've got a foundation to go off of. And then the other side, the other group of people, either values pets above people, doesn't want children, or isn't able to have children. So in another 10 years, the mindset, in another 20 years, the mindset of the masses will change, because one side is having kids and instilling their values and raising families, and one side is totally doing everything that they can to avoid that, or teachers or whatever. Which that was not fair, because I know a lot of awesome teachers that are not on the side you would think. Anyway, the point just being, I think that they're going to give everything they can right now, because it'll be a long shot to get to this again.
Right. Did you hear about the teacher accused of taping face mask on humiliated 9-year-old student?
I told my family about this.
Las Vegas mom is calling for the resignation, I'm sure you guys know about this, of a substitute teacher who allegedly taped a face mask to her 9-year-old son after he forgot to wear it in class. He was very upset. He was crying. He was humiliated. The anonymous parent told local Fox outlet KVVU TV of the incident, which occurred at Reedham Elementary School in Mountain's Edge. The situation reportedly began after the 4th grader neglected to don his face cover after getting up to grab a drink of water. But that's not the only. They got like teachers hollering at, calling kids
pieces of poop.
Yeah,
but not the poop word. Not the poop word.
Otherwise, I will call the police. Oh. I'm serious. Yeah, come on.
Oh, you're serious?
Yeah, I am serious, man. I am had enough of it. I knew you were going to take off your mask the moment I turned the corner. So enjoy BIA. That's in-school suspension, where you have to sit in a room with the military guy all day because you're a piece of shit.
Jacket. So you want to send your kids somewhere that if they disagree with these folks, right, that they're going to be called a piece of
public humiliation. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. Nah. So I the one with the 9-year-old that got the mask taped to his face. Ooh, I almost called the school on that one. I was so mad because it was day 8 with no power. When I was mad as a rattlesnake, I was gearing to call somebody, and she was just the person I was gonna call. Look, I'm so mad, I'm spitting.
Look, I don't like this image or anything like that, but I didn't mean to bring up the abortion situation in Texas. The Satanic Temple rallies against Texas abortion law. Pro-choicers can now count the Satanic Temple among their list of allies in the fight against the recent anti-abortion law in Texas. 2 years after challenging a pro-life law in Missouri, the Satanic group that claims to be little more than a collection of theatrical atheists have now filed a letter with the U.S. Food and Drug Administration arguing that its Texas members should have legal access to abortion pills, according to the San Antonio Current.
So can I just say to all of our Christian friends who find themselves against this law, when you look around as a Christian and you find yourself on the same side as the Satanic Temple, you might want to look around again and see maybe where you might have taken a wrong turn. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but in reality, so like there's, you know, the women in Texas now are striking against, like, don't have sex, abstinence. Isn't it crazy that, like, used to you could teach your kids abstinence, and it was like, hey, you know, I remember my dad teaching me, try to abstinence until marriage. That's the goal, right? And now it's like an act of rebellion. Like, oh, you're so bad, you're good. That's messed up.
Right.
And then to any guys in Texas, if you're messing around with a girl who won't sleep with you because she's not allowed to kill the baby if she gets pregnant, run. Turn the other way and run and count your blessings. Like, if that's a soul...
I get it. I was confused for a second.
Somebody won't sleep with you is because if they get pregnant, they can't...
Because all those women were like, I suggest that all women in Texas get off of dating apps and, like, show these men...
Shut it down. Shut the V down.
Don't sleep with anyone. And then there were memes that were like, somehow the reaction of the left has caused good behavior. Like, less...
Right.
You know what? Yeah. Like, has caused...
So, so I don't know. It's just, like, look, I remember a few years back, there was those commercials that were funny at the time. It was like Summer's Eve, all hail the V. And it was like, wars have been fought for it. And you know, it was going through time and how important the vagina is.
Oh, my gosh.
For real. And I'm like, some of y'all have been watching
those. This is a family-friendly show, ma'am.
It's
anyway,
just a
look,
word. Wait,
it's
don't,
not
hold on.
all...
I didn't get
go
to
ahead.
finish.
Sorry.
Some of y'all been watching them Summer Eve commercials, and it went to their heads, and it shows.
Gross. Anyway, all right. So it's not all bad news. Okay, Second Amendment, some good news. The White House pulls ATF pick David Chipman. Okay, so I don't think that Chipman will be the appointed or whatever head of the ATF. Thank goodness. You know that guy. Did anybody heard of Waco? The guy was there. Okay,
that's excellent news.
This guy has a picture of him standing proudly on the bodies of many burned people.
Carefully watch the new nomination list.
Yes.
Carefully.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I'm going to get rid of some of these. What do you guys think about this? See, so we see...
Yes, Jack Attack, we are going to watch.
Teens being offered jobs at McDonald's now. What do you think about this? Push to let teens drive trucks on the interstate divides the industry. Congress considers program allowing 18 to 20-year-olds drive big rigs on interstate routes, but critics say backers are missing the point. What do you guys think about that? I'd like to see what you guys think. Well, proposed legislation to test letting people as young as 18 years old drive big rigs interstate is exposing a divide in the trucking sector, which is a very important sector.
You know, that's hard. When I was growing up, I knew a couple that... their daughter and her husband, she was like 8 months pregnant, and they were up in Colorado, and a trucker, something happened with the brakes in the mountains, they couldn't stop, and they crashed, and unfortunately everybody...
Jeez.
So the point of that being, there's a lot of last minute decisions that need to be made for these big trucks, especially with as fast as they're going, especially with, you see people cut those trucks off, not leaving them any inch, as if they don't and these are adults, as if they don't understand these trucks can't stop on a dime.
Right.
So it depends on the 18-year-old, in my opinion.
These companies are having trouble finding workers for the grueling job of hauling goods over long distances. A provision in the infrastructure bill the Senate approved in August would set up a pilot program allowing 18 to 20-year-olds to drive tractor trailers across state lines. Oh, yeah, you're asking for trouble. I mean, in some way, with ego, no sleep, bad attitudes.
And the need for social media. Like, the last thing I need is the trucker to be like, oh, yeah. You know,
right?
I'm not saying, and then here's the other thing: like, aren't electric trucks kind of on the brink? And I don't like that either, because in a situation such as Hurricane Ida or something bigger, because
what are the trucks going to know what to do?
Well, they're going to be shut off. There's no electricity. Never more have I not wanted an electric car than after this. Well, even a generator is not going to be able to power your car. Wouldn't it suck to survive a terrible event only to not be able to escape it because your car doesn't go vroom?
That did totally change this last. That's another thing that I could do a whole talk about when, it's totally turned me back into, all right, I'm finding a carbureted truck, okay? All right, but look, Dragon Slayer made an excellent point. Remember how you can't rent a car until you are 25?
Or even rent a hotel room.
Yeah.
I mean, but on the other hand, I don't like the idea of electric trucks, because all it takes is for the right person to be like, you know what? No, this is a big enough emergency. We're not going to use our trucks. And then nobody has supplies. Where did we see?
And you're talking about a pilot program, which means they're going to get a little bit of training and be thrown into real frying pan hot situations without that real world experience, when we already know that there are who knows how many drivers out there willing to go. They just can't. They can't work for these Swifty companies, whatever they are.
Right.
Schneider. They don't pay much.
Yep. But I wish I would have thought of this before. But you know what? Another thing is, Australia has a trucker strike going on right now.
That's right.
You should see their grocery stores.
Yeah, we'll try to pull up more. There's so much more that we could have pulled up. I just couldn't get it all.
You should see the empty store that was once considered a grocery store. You know what I mean? And granted, of course, we're subject to only seeing what we're able to see that somebody recorded. But if we don't, so I don't know. We need truckers, but we also need, we need people that are experienced and have enough common sense. And there are a lot of 18-year-olds out there that do. And I'll bet a lot of them are y'all's kids. But,
experience costs money, man. And I think that something as pertinent and important to infrastructure and daily living as this is not something we should be. And I think we're already seeing hits because we're letting inexperienced drivers out. I don't know. I might be a hard ass on that subject. Let's see here. So another thing, Chick-Fil-A dealing with closures as worker shortage continues. And that's just another article I pulled up to back up my biased point of how I go everywhere and everything is hiring.
Right.
Okay. Right. And I wish that was a good thing.
Yeah, I know. Some of them I'm like, but no.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's see what else. This is some more dystopic future stuff. This really, my only point with this is, well, let's just watch this.
Facebook. Two basically hidden cameras. So many people who don't know you're recording them.
Would you have known I was recording you with these sunglasses? Yeah. Because these sunglasses have a camera in it.
This is a terrible idea.
Did you know I was recording you?
No, I had no idea.
Now, before you start calling me a total creeper, let's talk about creeper and why I've been recording random people. These are not your old Tom Cruise Ray-Ban Wayfarer glasses, although some might.
Okay. They say our audio sounds like we are Will. Who got what?
Darn it.
Flashbacks, oh my, really ethereal. Y'all have an echo going on. Okay, well, I don't know how to fix it. I don't know.
I love ethereal. Hold on.
Ethereal. Okay. Is it good now? They say our audio sounds like we are... Oh no.
Sorry, y'all. Technical difficulties. Is that picking up?
How is it? I fixed it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Dude, that was some fast troubleshooting right there, man.
Hold on. I've got a way big lag. Oh, my woo was really cool.
Is it better now?
I love my voice on Echo.
Ugh.
It's so cool.
So cringy.
You did fix it. Good job.
I fixed it. Okay, that was lightning fast troubleshooting. Okay, we did it. All right, sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so you know, like the Ring cameras on the doorbell cameras or whatever. All right, facial recognition software turned into what it is. You know, I got burned as a kid when I watched Minority Report and they like scanned his face and they were like getting everybody's face and he become a prohibited individual and they turn off his chip or something. I don't know, you know? So like if everybody starts wearing glasses with, I don't know. I could also see the benefits of going to the shooting range and doing videos with
and one of our
with cameras right here, so it would be really cool.
That makes me think in one of our Mad Max refuel trips.
Our Mad Max, we're going on a supply run, babe. Come on, pack everything we'll need. We may not return.
For real, I did. I brought emergency food. I'm like, this is the situation where somebody falls off the bridge and they're stuck for days and nobody's gonna find them. We have to be prepared, so we did. But anyway, look, Landon and our son went in and it was scanning his tattoos. Like literally,
Ooh.
when he was checking out, it was picking up his tattoos and putting squares around it. Like got it.
Hate that kind.
And our son was like, "What is it doing?"
It's image recognition now.
Yeah. So anyway,
Not interested in my face anymore. They got all that.
Yeah, those would be glasses for video protests. But I'll tell you, my dad got some of these like a year or two ago when Amazon was testing them. And he wore them while he was video chatting me once. I was like, I hung up on him. I was like, you can't wear that while calling me. Like, no, I don't know. It's uncomfortable. And that one woman was like, this is a terrible idea. It is a terrible idea. But then again, you have no expectation of privacy in public. But if somebody wore those into my house, I'm going to rip them off their face. Like that.
My glasses.
I'm sorry. I went overboard.
My glasses. Hey, you bent them.
I did not.
You bent them. Oh, they're bent now. You bent them. They're bent.
Sorry.
I gotta rebend them. Okay, we're good now, kinda.
For the rest of the episode, enjoy later.
So how have you guys been, man? We really kind of just dove right in on on stuff and things.
I fly jumpy drones with GoPro and it makes it look like I'm super stable. Yeah. GoPro head strap for the win is smooth talking and jiggles out to silky smooth. Yeah. What about consent to be filmed? I know, but and I agree with you, but if out in public, from a legal standpoint, my understanding is
but only like, you know, in certain states there are state laws to where you have to have consent. Like if you show up in a courtroom with a recording in some states, right. I don't remember how that works. It's illegal.
Consent, yeah. No, that's right. I'm not saying it's right. I don't think it's right, but it is. You know, we have.
What do you guys think about the new mandates? What do you guys think about Afghanistan and all that?
The toe was over the line.
What do you think about sleepy flip-flop Biden?
Unspecified Lebowski.
Hey man, I'm just the dude. You know, I'm just the dude. The Matrix is coming back out. Okay, it's called Resurrection. Matrix 4 or something like that.
The Matrix Resurrections dropped its first trailer Thursday morning, teasing eye-popping and astonishing visuals the fans have come to expect from the beloved sci-fi franchise. The highly anticipated Warner Brothers installment continues the story of Thomas Anderson.
Okay, I just got to say this real quick, guys. I feel like the blue hair thing is really gonna age like the frosted tips of the 90s.
Yeah.
It's definitely the actors that look back on the movies where they decided to do the blue hair thing. I really think it's
yeah, no, for sure.
Sign of the time, you know. Let's see.
It'll look grungy in about a decade.
Deploribus Rex. Yes, that's exactly right. Joe Biden is saving the world for you know who, America. Dude, yes indeed. I'm not dude, we got some Never Sleever, Guns, Games, and Gadgets channel. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Been doing your thing, getting prepared for anything. That's right, dude. Hey, we live in a state that fosters preparedness because of the hurricanes,
right?
And we prep on a totally different basis, and we thought we were good. And I tell you what, you go 9 days without power, and you really get to make a decent little list of things you wish.
Not to say there were many that had it worse than us. We were very blessed, but there's definitely areas that we had not considered or not considered enough. I will say though, hold on. Mandates starting soon. Daily pill coming in 3 months. No. Hold on.
Yeah, I heard about that pill too, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Dang it. Yeah. So we do live in a state that fosters being prepared. But having said that, it is like clockwork the way that they put emergency supplies out before a disaster. So immediately before the disaster hits, it's generators, air conditioners, water. All right, those are the things that you're not going to be able to find.
Paper towels.
Paper towels. Then after the disaster hits, it's more generators, more air conditioners. Then it moves on to things like trash bags, camp showers while you were in it. Things that you need right now that can't get in fast enough, but you still need them for the daily living. And then you only get like 2 days of that, and they put it away, and then it's on to building supplies, which really sucks that the freaking 2x4s are still almost $6 a 2x4.
It is weird to see how the local hardware stores corporate department kind of
because we wanted to get a camp shower, because that was one thing that we had considered. We have the pool, right, the above ground pool, but no power, no filter, no, sun beaming, algae growing, gross, can't use that, and so we wanted
which we have gotten the pool straight.
we have, but we wanted to get a camp shower, and I'd gone in one day and they had a bunch of them there, and then I went in the next day and they had a few behind the counter, but they couldn't sell them anymore. Weird.
A lot of weird stuff over the last 9 days dealing with the outside. It's just the corporate departments, because the all workers, if they are working, they got nothing to say. They don't know what's going on. They're
right.
I don't know.
Yep.
Okay, well, are you going to get gas? I don't know. Is there a truck coming? I don't know.
Right.
Right.
New Orleans is pretty back to good, Jack. But Bayou is what's messed up.
Homa, Booty, Laplace, Reserve, South Shore of Lake Pontchartrain is really the ones who sustained.
Letcher.
Yeah, they sustained the most hardcore damage.
Mm-hmm.
Gulf Shores, not Gulf Shores. Grand Isle. Grand Isle is gone.
Yeah, Grand Isle went back to the ocean for a minute.
Gosher.
Yep.
Or whatever.
And then there's a lot of little communities along the way that aren't really a official community. You may have a group of houseboats together on the bayou, you know what I mean? And there's a gas shack, 5-10 people, something like that. There's no telling how many of those got destroyed along the way.
Bobby, that is an excellent suggestion, dude.
Can I tell y'all something really sad for the history folks? I don't know. I'll try to pull it up on my phone, but I don't know if any of y'all are into history, but I like, one of my favorite things about Louisiana is the history of it. And so like the plantations and stuff like that, I've always enjoyed going. Oak Alley Plantation is one of my very favorites. It was in several movies. It is, it's iconic. It's the one, the plantation, and then there's 28 live oaks that are over 300 years old lining it to match the 28 columns going down. Sorry, I thought I had a screenshot of it. It's all right. We'll pull it up. Most of those trees are gone. Those are witness trees. Those trees.
It was in a lot of movies and stuff, and
it's iconic. You see the trail going down to the front of the house with the oaks on either side, making the Oak Alley. Everybody knows it. You know what I mean? Even if you don't know what it's called, once you see the picture, you're like, oh yeah, I've seen that before. And most of the trees got destroyed.
But just, we some tough people, a lot of tough people down here. Up on the North Shore, a lot of trees and houses and a lot of flooding. Because we're surrounded by bayous and rivers and little bitty creeks.
Right.
And when the lake has more water than it knows what to do with, that's where it goes.
Right.
And, you know, so prayers for the affected ones and the affected families out there and the whole world right now, guys, the nation. And, I mean, really, I mean, you can see it. The cries are everywhere.
Yeah.
So, not trying to run out of here on you guys. We do plan to be back on a more permanent basis and far more often.
Yes.
So,
Deplorabus, yes, most. Not all of them, but most, unfortunately, are gone.
I would love to go see, like, do some serious paranormal investigation, especially at the plantations.
Oak Alley is one that's supposed to be haunted.
The Myrtles, or Myrtle, whatever it's called, the Myrtle Plantation.
Oak Alley is one where, so it's a whole property, and they dress up in the old time garb. I'm sorry, babe. I'll talk about it all day.
Look, because I've got this thing. I really want to take my son to go to an amethyst mine, but I've got this whole trip in my head that I can't afford it, but if I could, I would get an RV, okay? We would go to different caves as we go, you know what I mean? Or we do a trip where we go out to caves and then we come back to the mine and we come back home. I don't know. I want to go do some cave exploration. Okay.
Yeah,
and stuff like
and
that. Anyway,
mines and mountains and yeah.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We hope to see you again. Hope you tune in on the next one, guys. Spread the word, share it out, tell your friends. Unspecified is back. It's unspecified times right now, y'all. Give all honor, glory, and praise to the Father above. We thank you so much for hanging out with us, guys, and hope to see you here next time, guys. We love you, and we'll see you on the next one. What? All good?
Deep comment, but true. Yes.
Oh, man. Good one. Dang. Nice.